I was a chemist and I was a business owner, and now I'm a speaker also, and also a writer, an author. I just tell my story on my memoir, and I did my TEDx talk last year. So many blessings cast upon us, and we want to use this platform to also encourage people to get over their difficulty, their struggles, and that's why we have guests that share with us their struggles and their how they overcome it and how they thrive. And today, not just thriving, but Angela is going to be here, help us wrap up the year with a lot of great tips that if you are a business owner, maybe you can tap onto it. And if you are not, start thinking, because opportunities is everywhere. And that's what my book is called. I did not miss the boat, and I don't want you to miss the boat either. So Angela, welcome, welcome. And I'm so glad, we're so glad that you're here. Would you tell us and tell audience a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yes, so my name is Angela Giles. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. I have been in the online space now for 18 years. It'll be 19 years in spring of
Wow.
2021. I left a six-figure corporate job and decided to come home because I had babies and I was tired of working so many hours. And I started a daycare. I couldn't, and we were in the hole. We lived in Southern California in San Diego, and I quit my job. My husband was only making like $32,000 a year. We were in the hole $3,000 a month every month. So I needed to do something. Long story short, I started an online business. It has been up and down all around. You know how it is with the experience. But now, with 18 years behind me, um, I've tried everything in the online space. I could pretty much tell you what to try, what works, what doesn't work. I'm really good at shifting and pivoting in marketing, because that's what I'm good at. I'm really good at digital marketing. When things happen. For example, Lee and Sarah, when COVID happened, I had a lot of clients come to me and got a lot of new clients who were like, what do I do to survive? Because what worked before COVID didn't necessarily work
Yeah.
after, and you had to reinvent yourself. So my goal is to help entrepreneurs really get to consistent 20K months using organic marketing methods. And then once they hit 20K organic marketing, we're using
Mhm.
organic marketing, then we add paid marketing to it. But I'm very different. I'm not a big proponent of just doing one-on-one coaching, because I really believe that limits your time.
Mhm.
I'm a big proponent of working less, making more, so that you can serve the planet and serve other people. And
Mhm.
I really think we're evolving as a society. So I'm a big proponent of the limitless business model, where you have a foundation of like a premium course. You might have a little bit of coaching, but you may run like a mastermind or things like that, so you can really scale your business and make a lot of money. You can use that money to help other people. So that's really what I do. Yeah.
Awesome.
So are you more into digital courses, and like if somebody who completely have no idea what they want to do, but they know that they want to get some sort of income, they want to stay home with their kid, have flexible schedule, moms that have a little bit of digital online present, how do they how can you help them?
Well, there's a couple different ways, but I always sit someone down and we talk about what do they want. You know,
Hmm.
how much time do they have? Where do they want to go? 9 times out of 10, I do recommend a course, a digital course. I'm not talking $100 type of course. I'm talking between $1,000 and $2,000 for a course that
Wow.
delivers incredible value. That's a premium course that people go through, and the results they get are fantastic, because what happens is they refer you other people. And you sell, five of those a month. Five of those a month at a grand is $5,000 a month, and you use organic strategies to fill it. So I'm a big proponent of that, because it's organic. You don't need a lot of tech, because I find often, especially women, get nervous about using too much
Yeah, that's
tech.
usually the roadblock.
Mm.
Yeah, well, they think, oh, I have to have a website and I have to have this funnel and that. You don't. To get started with a course, you don't need all of that. You just need like PayPal, or Venmo or something like that, and Zoom, and a way to have your files, and Dropbox or Google Docs.
How do you build credential if you don't have, I mean, this is just asking from a curiosity standpoint. If you don't have a website, if you don't have, I mean, how do you can tell people that your credentials so people can buy your high ticket course?
Well, I think it's all about how you position yourself, and that's what I teach in the course. It's all
Okay.
about your own influencer footprint. It's
Uh-huh.
about your specialty, it's about your craft, it's about your accolades, the things you've done with your craft. And so you package up your craft, your
Mm-hmm.
methodology, you name your methodology, and then you position yourself out in the market space. But you don't have to have a website to do that, right? So absolutely. And the way that you get your social proof is you do your course first live. So you do it as like
Oh.
more like a beta where
Mm-hmm.
you teach people in a small group, like 5 people max, how to go through your methodology, and they give you live feedback. Plus, they'll give you a testimonial at the end in exchange for a good price, and B, one-on-one help, which they normally wouldn't get.
Right.
And then you automatically have your social proof. So when you roll out the next time, you've got social proof, you've already got the course done, and it's way easier to feel more confident because you've done it one time. So yeah.
So most of us, I think, we get fear that, oh, nobody gonna buy, nobody gonna trust me, nobody gonna believe that I can deliver anything. So what you're saying is just do it. Just go
Well,
and find a group of people. Do it first. Don't wait until you get everything perfect in order to do it.
no, because here's the thing: the way that life is changing so much right now, even the way our money, we're using money, we're going to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency backbone.
Yeah.
Think about it. Everything shifts so quickly. So if you tried to put together a course, and I know women so well after working in this space for so many years, they self-sabotage themselves to the point where they'll spend 6 months to a year and a half putting together a course, and then when they finally are ready to roll it out, it's outdated, right?
True. I
So
have bought a lot of courses that is no longer valid because Facebook is not the same now with Facebook 3 years, 5 years ago. So
exactly.
true.
So it's really important that this is why I teach it, that you teach while you go. That's why you get a group of people together and you teach as you go, and then you've got it done. Now if things come up that you need to change something, that it's already done and you just swap out that part, right?
Hmm.
But I think the biggest challenge really in today's space, especially with women, is they self-sabotage. They're so worried about how they're going to look or how it's going to be or how perfect it has to be, that they're not even enjoying the experience. Why not just assume that it's a fun, cool experience that you're going through to learn and grow, and let other people come along for the ride, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the challenge is how do you get visible and be able to attain clients that when they don't
I
know
teach
you?
how to do that inside my course. I teach
Uh-huh.
I teach a handful of organic methods that I've been using between 4 and 10 plus years that work very well to get visible, especially on Facebook, to really build uh, a community of people, and to just get in front of new people every day. It's very simple, actually.
Hmm.
Most people just don't know how to do it. So
So do you have a couple example of your students that you can show us, even just, vaguely how
well,
the
I can
process
share with
that,
you, like one of my students that just opened up her first course. She just got a brand new client that paid her last night, right? And I taught her how to use a Facebook community. She started a Facebook community literally 2 weeks ago. She had nobody in it. She now has 500 women in her Facebook. I think she has a few men, but basically mostly women that
yeah.
are looking to start an online business. And her course is how do you get started in the online space, and how do you pick the right business model for you? She just signed someone up. So now her goal is to get 4 more people so she can, have her first roll of her course. So really it's just about taking action and following the steps.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Mhm.
So she's pretty much teaching what she learned from you.
Well, yeah, she's been in the online space for a while, but she didn't do the things that I did. So she's going to talk about, like in her course, There's a lot of people since COVID was around, came around, that are moving to the online space to start a business, but they get overwhelmed. They're like, there's so many different kind of business models. So she's going
Yeah.
to talk about like the 3 different major business models and the pros and cons, and how you need to set up your office space and all of that for people that are brand new, that have
Mm-hmm.
never done this.
Mm-hmm.
For all of us, we've done this, so it's second nature. But for someone that's brand new, maybe they lost their job or they stay at home now and they need extra income, but they don't know how to get started in the online space.
So I'm sure you probably work with a lot of existing business owner with brick and mortar that they can't really do a whole lot right now with the lockdown. Well, the lockdown's over, but business is still not the same. So you can help them tweak the model into the online, like a hybrid online and also presence in the location
Well,
to do more
absolutely.
business.
Yeah, I work with a lot of multi-million-dollar companies in my consulting part of my business. Usually my packages range from 100 to $500,000 a year. And we go in and we really look at their whole business model. We look at
Mm-hmm.
what their online space is doing. And, we come up with a plan, and then we help them implement the plan by hiring the right team, by teaching them how to close sales in a different way, sometimes depending on the business model, things of that nature. Yeah.
Mm.
That sounds amazing. That sounds like you know, we don't have to settle for a 9 to 5 job, right?
No, you don't. And but that's the interesting thing, is I'm a big proponent of, you do what's best for you. You do what feels good to you. For some women, like for example, I have a friend that works a full-time job, but she's also a blogger. She makes between $7,000 and $13,000 a month. She still works her full-time job because she enjoys it, and
Yeah,
it's steady income. It's the healthcare and all of that. And she's perfectly happy. And I'm like,
right.
what? That's great. So, it just depends, I think, on the person.
So I have heard you said that you can teach people how to get 10K a month within the
Yeah.
next with the 3 months. So how much of a percent of success like that? I mean,
What do you mean, like percent of
like, if how do they work with you, first of all, and second of all, I know it's not a guarantee because people have to put work in into to get
exactly
anything result.
right?
So you have the method and you have like a system, a way to guide people to do exactly how they can achieve those results.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we definitely do that. So we package a person up. We look at what they're currently selling. We package them up, put them into a limitless business model, is really what I'm all about. And then I teach them how to get really visible. We help them hire an assistant to help them, right?
Okay.
Because you need help. And then based on their business model, we set, we retro engineer. So say for example, they want to make $10,000 a month, and their coaching is $2,000 a month
Mm-hmm.
per person. So they need 5 people. So
Right.
I teach them how to go out, get visible, start having conversations, and close sales, so that they close 5, so they're at 10K. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's just rinse and repeat. The more visible you get, the more confident you get, the more conversations you start having, the more you close.
You know what? It sounds so hopeful. You inspire me. Like for many of us, feeling that it's just not an easy task, but the way that you put it, it's just like it's so feasible that
It is
people can.
feasible. It
Yeah.
is. I think the hard thing is that you have it in your head that it's hard. The way I see it is this. It's not like it's like, oh my gosh, it's super easy. What it is you take your emotions out of it, you make a decision, you put together a plan, and you show up every day and you execute the plan, but you
Yeah.
don't get sidetracked by all these little like glitzery like type of oh, I could do this, or I could do that, or I could
Yeah.
do this. And the other thing too, Lee and Sarah, that I think really is helpful is just making that commitment that you're going to stick with something, you're consistent, and you're not, it's imperfect action. If you're a person that like worries about like the gradient color of pink on your website,
Yeah.
this like it
Don't
won't,
worry about the small things,
no,
right?
you won't make 10K in 3 months like that, or even 6 months, sometimes
Right.
not at all, because you're so worried about the minutia details, you miss the whole big picture. You can't see the forest through the trees. So if that's
Right.
if that's, I don't work very well with people like that because they have
Hmm.
a hard time like actually sticking to a plan and doing it because they second guess themselves too much. And you know, if you're constantly second guessing, then you're using your energy second guessing yourself instead of actually
Right.
just taking action, right? And doing the work.
So how do people start working with you? What way that they
They reach
how
out
they
to
can
me.
start?
Yeah, they reach out to me. We have a conversation. We talk about where they're at, what they want to do, and I share with them what I think, if I think it's even feasible or not, depending on
Hmm.
where they're at and what their business model is, and then we go from there.
Okay. Is there any particular industry or sectors of business that you like more focusing on, or
I'll tell you what I love. I love working with women business owners like yourselves. I love working with women that are go-getters, that are achievers, that have a pattern of success, that are like, okay, I want to do this. And I think, for me personally, and I won't, I'm my business bestie is Galit, but I will speak for myself personally. I am the person that people come to when they've tried everything and they're like, okay, I've spent all my money or I've spent a ton of money and I still don't have results and they want to make money. I'm the person they finally come to,
right?
right? Because I'm just no nonsense. I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do this thing, right?
And I love the part that you don't have to be perfect. I mean, a lot of time that perfection is what's stopping us. I
Yeah.
think online present is you need to do a lot of videos, you need to do a lot of talking. And if you are not comfortable in front of the the lens, the camera, then that is the first stop right there.
Well, exactly. You just have to get over yourself. So look at me. My hair's sticking up in the back. My lipstick probably isn't perfect. Probably should have put some more blush on, but guess what?
You look perfect to
I'm
me.
here. I show up and I noticed the back of my picture is probably crooked and it's the light is shining weird. But you know what? Here's the thing. I don't care. What I care about is my message gets out and I hope to inspire someone else to just go take action, one action
Right.
a day. That's what I care about, you know?
That's the
So,
content. That's the
Hmm.
content.
right. I'm not saying you don't want to try to look nice and show up in a good way, but I'm saying
You
I
get
care.
a nice glitter top on.
Yeah, but guess what? I have my shorts on with my like thongs on underneath, and that's okay.
It's okay. I think we all have that kind of bottom that neglected at this point, as long as we are presentable up here, because that's all the camera show.
Right, and I've probably gained 10 pounds since COVID. So, okay, you know what? I tell you, in some places I don't like it, but it makes my face a little fuller, so it gets rid of some of the wrinkles. So I'm like, hey,
I know you got to look at the positive side. And
right,
I think, for our audience, think big. I think, the thing is, like, if you fuss the small things, and I know I'm one of those culprits, the victims, whatever you want to call that. I'm one of those perfectionists, and always thinking about, I'm not good enough to be out there. I'm not good
that's
enough
not
out there.
true. It,
And this platform is from just think and do. I mean, March 24th, we didn't think twice. I called Sarah up and she said yes, and we just go online the next day, the
next,
very next day. And sure, we're not making $10,000 a month, a day, or a year, but we're happy because we're giving out what we believe that this can help people. But the reward is we have met so many wonderful people like you. Now if I know that if I want to do something, I have connection. I have people that.
I mean, Glee and I are doing a mastermind. Sarah probably heard about it. Our mastermind is for 6 months. We're teaching you how to get to 10K consistent months.
So how okay, so where can people find out about information about your mastermind?
Oh,
Just in case that somebody
yeah.
are
Go to
listening right now.
everydaywoman.me. So our program is everydaywoman.me. So it's all about supporting the everyday woman, just like women like you and me, /mastermind, and check it out. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's an actual plan in place in 6 months for
Uh-huh.
you to get to 10K consistently.
All right, I'm gonna have to ask Sarah to put it down there.
Woman,
Everydaywoman.me.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's a website.
Hmm. And then / then /mastermind.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have it on our feed on our common area. So if anyone interested in what Angela do or can help you or even talk to her, please check that out. And I'm sure next year is big, so we
Next
don't want to
year
think
is gonna be
small.
amazing. No, and that's what I would encourage you to do is set your goals, whatever your goals are, and it everybody has their own goals and everybody should be celebrated. I don't care if your goal is 500 a month, if it's 50,000, whatever it is, celebrate yourself for being willing to set your goal and then retro engineer your goal and figure out how many people you need to talk to if you do sales.
Yeah, I like that, working backward.
Work
That's the
backward.
motto, is just like make 10,000, how many per, and then how many you have to get. And that's is a very feasible and very achievable method.
Exactly. And you figure out, okay, well, if I need to talk to, 20 people a month, then how do I get 20 people to talk to? Well, you have to get visible. You have to figure out what platform your ideal clients on, and then you get really visible and start showing up and giving value and making offers, getting
Do
on
you
phone
do you
calls.
teach them the technical stuff too, like how
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. So LinkedIn, all the other
Depends on
platform
the,
that,
yeah, depends on the platform that I would,
depending on the business, yeah, the
yeah,
business that you wanna.
exactly. I mean, like on Pinterest, for example, I do between 3.1 and 3.6 million views a month on Pinterest that drives about 50,000 ish, 52,000 page views a month to my website. So, I use Pinterest to drive a lot of traffic to my website, which has a lot of
Wow, in what business? Because I used to do a lot on Pinterest when I was in the decorating business,
yeah,
and because that's all about visual, right? Lots
yeah,
of
right,
picture,
right.
lots of home, all this thing. But I did not know that so are you primarily help a lot of speaker, authors, and coaches, or?
I do that, and I also do a lot of service-based businesses. I taught a guy that sold soap dispensers how to use Pinterest and drive traffic. I mean, you can use Pinterest for a lot because Pinterest is not like a regular social platform. It's more like Google. It's search engine based. It's keyword based.
Oh, well, thank you for that tip, because I have dropped Pinterest for a while, for 5 years now. I have not going back, and I only go back when I need something for the garden and I'm looking
Right.
for pictures.
I love it. That's amazing. That's very cool. So
Yeah, it is a lot of platform. You have to worry about LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, and now it's TikTok.
pick one. Pick one
Right,
and become the queen of that platform. Get really well known, become the expert, become the
right,
go-to person. Once you've mastered that, you'll start having people reach out to you. Then pick another platform.
right. I'm pretty comfortable with Facebook, but there's still a lot of nitty gritty about Facebook ads, and that's something I know you're good at too, right?
Well, what I do now is we outsource our ads. I don't have time to do Facebook ads, so we outsource for our clients.
Hmm.
We have two people that we outsource to for the Facebook ads. Because I'm a big believer, especially when you get your business to like 20K months and you really want to go to 30 and 40, 50K. I like to have someone that's what they do every day. You know,
Hmm.
I can run Facebook ads, but that's not what I do every day. So when you're spending a lot of money to get out there, you need to make sure that you have someone that's like their only thing they do, right?
Right, right. Well, sometimes that's the only way you can grow, because if you are managing every single little front, then you're managing nothing, nothing.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. But this has been
Wow.
awesome. I appreciate you all so much.
This is wonderful. This is giving a lot of hope for people. Everybody can achieve to whatever level of business they want. I think that's a matter of how much you want it, how
Right.
hard, how bad do you want it.
Mhm.
And there's help out there. And Angela, and I know Galit, and lots of different people that we interview in this platform will be able to help you. If you only reach out and not trying to, you got to get out of your comfort zone.
You have to. That's the biggest key. Get out of your comfort zone, get over yourself. Don't
Hmm.
worry about yourself. Worry about how you can serve other people. Show up and
Right.
serve and watch and see. The money will come. And I know that may sound so cliche because I've heard it all before, but the truth of the matter is the money will come.
I think the minutes that you believe in yourself and you start doing it, things will change around. I mean, I have a lot of self-doubt too. And the minute that I feel like, okay, I'm not gonna think about me, I'm gonna think about the story. And when I did the TEDx, and then, you know, opportunity come and people was like, come, you know, you got to write a book. And I wanted to write a book for the longest time. And all those self-belief, self-limiting beliefs kind of stopped me. And now the book is out and so many other opportunity. People start calling me about speaking engagement and things. So it is what you make out of yourself. I believe that the universe is always behind us. If we put ourselves up there, people are going to come and knock on the door and say, how can I help you? I mean,
Amen.
you have a message. I want to help you carry out that message.
Amen.
And I want to thank you for giving us hope at the end of the year that every single one of us can easily make 20K in 3 months. You
Well,
put your work in that. 20K a
would
week,
say
a month.
10K, we could get you to 10K in 3 to 6 months, and then the 20K will come. Right?
Okay, yeah, let's start with 10K. That's